So hello my brave knights, princesses, and princesses, and today we're not going to be reacting to something scary this time around. Instead, we're going to be reacting to something my sister recommended to me, and now I feel like I'm going to be in trouble because this video is from the Sideserf Cake Studio, and it is a hyper-realistic cake of Jack in the Box. And I've had Jack in the Box. I love Jack in the Box. But now that I see what I see in the thumbnail, I want a Chick-fil-A one. Like, now. Right now.
You may not know this about me, but I've been on television quite a few times making cakes. Some
Really?
experiences were fantastic, and
some were embarrassing.
so while you watch me make today's hyper-realistic cake, I'm gonna talk about a few of my favorite cakes that I've made on TV. My name is Natalie Sideserf, and I make cakes that don't look like cakes. And today I'm gonna show you how I made a curly fries
Oh,
cake.
that looks so good.
There's a show on Food Network called Buddy vs. Duff. It's a cake show where two teams compete to make the most insane, creative cakes that you've ever seen. Team Buddy
I'm in trouble. I'm already drooling. Oh, great.
is led by Buddy Velastro, who you may know as Cake Boss. And Team Duff is led by Duff Goldman, who you may know as the Ace of Cakes. Back in 2020, Duff asked me to join his team to compete on the show. And of course, I was down. It's not every day you get to make massive cakes alongside a ridiculously talented group of cake decorators. So you can watch me compete on seasons 1 and 2 of Buddy vs. Duff, and there is a bonus holiday season. And all 3 of these seasons are streaming on Discovery Plus if you want to check it out.
Also,
Buddy
go subscribe to these people. Get them to 3 million. Also ring the bell so that they know you were there.
vs. Duff is absolutely fantastic. The cakes that came out of both teams are phenomenal. My favorite season of the show is season 2, which brings me to my first favorite cake that I've ever made on TV, the Battle Corn. On season 2, episode 3, both teams were asked to make a medieval times cake.
That cake
and
looks
Duff
so
came
good.
up with this idea for a cake that ended up being one of my favorite cakes that I've ever helped make. It was a bucking, fire-breathing unicorn with laser eyes that did something that you're not gonna believe.
That is cool.
That is edible glitter. It farted edible glitter. I love it so
Nice.
much. I mean, come on, it's so good. My contribution to this cake was the unicorn, excuse me, battlecorn's face. I went for an animated expression, one that really emphasized the moment of flatulence. The rest of the team did an amazing job on the body and the super detailed decorations, and of course, making sure that all the moving elements worked. I mean, the cake...
I'm eating something on purpose because I know myself, and I know that I'll watch a cake video, someone making a cake, and then I'll get hungry and want to go eat something. It's the same thing that happens when I play Cooks Are Delicious 1 through 3. If you haven't watched that series, you should. It's a good time. And it's also a blast from the past because you get to see a younger me into more present me, and how things have evolved since then.
was fire breathing. Fire breathing. It was insane. I don't even know what to say. It was just crazy. It was just one of the craziest cakes I've ever made. The battle corn cake was 10 feet tall, and it almost didn't make its way out of the bakery doors, so we had to cut its ears off to make it fit. But I was able to add those ears back on once it was at its final location, so no problem. That battle corn cake is the best. I'm so happy that I was part of that creation. Nailed It is a show on Netflix where 3 contestants who have zero experience
looks
making
good.
cakes are asked to make cakes. And then hilarity ensues. Because making cakes, honestly, is not really that easy. So I was asked to judge on season 3.
Also,
episode-
she and my grandmother, when my grandmother was younger and making cakes, would probably gotten along so well. My grandmother, on my mom's side, could make cakes like this, and her cakes were phenomenal. She doesn't necessarily do it anymore. She makes cookies now, but they're just as good.
Episode 2 called Cakeophobia. The theme was phobias, and the contestants were asked to replicate a phobia-themed cake that I made of a super creepy clown. Spooky, creepy cakes are a blast to make. I used powdered sugar to create that caked-on white makeup effect. I love the way it looks. That clown cake was difficult for me to make, let alone newbies. But that's the idea of the show. It's called Nailed It, but the contestants usually don't actually nail the cake design. I mean, they have 0 zero experience. That's like asking me to compete against two people to build a simple website in a few hours. I would definitely not nail it. Being a judge on the show was really fun, and the contestants were great, and my fellow judges were fun. It was great fun. Except for that one thing that happened. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe I am going to tell you this. Okay, so we're on set, and the host is about to present the clown cake challenge. The 3 contestants are standing right in front of us, the 3 judges. The production crew is walking around, setting everything up for the scene, and the cameras are moving, and the lights are moving. And at that very moment, I asked a producer,
Are we about to show them the clown cake?
and then all of a sudden, all the people around me slightly panic, and I'm hearing a hum of voices all around me saying,
Let's go. We gotta film it. Let's go.
and then we immediately start filming. Well, that's when I realized why. It's because I had said, are we going to show them the clown cake and not just cake? I included the word clown. And the theme of the cake is supposed to be a surprise for the contestants. They didn't know that it was a clown yet. And they were standing right in front of me in earshot. I was bright red. I was mortified. Thank goodness that the 3 contestants weren't paying any attention, to me at least. They were busy doing their own thing, and they actually didn't hear me. So
Nice.
yeah, I almost ruined the surprise clown reveal.
We're done. You very nearly
Had
played
one
yourself.
job, Natalie. I can tell
One
you what,
job,
I will
you're right.
never make that mistake again, that's for sure. You ever hear the show Better Call Saul? How about Breaking Bad? The
Yep.
Walking Dead?
Yep.
I wasn't in any of these. But a few years back, AMC asked me to make a bust cake of one of the characters from the show Better Call Saul, which is a spin-off of the show Breaking Bad. And they wanted my cake and myself to be featured in an AMC commercial that would air during the season premiere of The Walking Dead. So who did I choose to making cake? None other than the baddest, toughest character in the entire series, Mike Ehrmantraut. I love the character Mike. I'm a big fan. So are you ready to see this commercial spot? Ready? All right, here we go.
Oh wow, look at that. That is cool.
Yep, my segment in that commercial was about 1.5 seconds. You'd be surprised how many friends and family reached out saying they saw me, though. It's pretty neat. It's short and sweet. But that's not the end of this story, you guys. Because shortly after the commercial aired, the actor who plays Mike, his name is Jonathan Banks, he was on Conan promoting Better Call Saul. And guess what they talked about during his appearance?
Isn't that amazing? That's a cake.
Natalie and I, Sideserf, Natalie Sideserf. And did I ever taste it? No. And I also never said thank you to her. So Natalie, thank you very much for making a cake.
Aww.
Did you see that? How sweet of Jonathan Banks to thank me. He
That's
said my
precious.
name and everything. He absolutely didn't have to do that. That means that character Mike Ehrmantraut personally thanked me on Conan. It's pretty darn cool. For my final favorite cake that I've made on TV, but everything about this one was just really, really cool and unique. We're gonna go back to the show that I talked about earlier, Buddy vs. Duff, and this time I made a life-size cake of Yoda. This was for the season finale of season 2. Team Duff and Team Buddy were asked to make Star Wars themed cakes. And we filmed this episode at Disney's Galaxy's Edge after hours. Did you know that they keep the speakers on overnight? I'd walk to the restroom feeling like I was abandoned in a galaxy far, far away. The bathroom was kind of far away.
Huh.
After hours. This Star Wars cake was for the finale. It was the most important cake of the entire show, so we really went for it. Duff decided that it would be really neat to capture a specific scene from The Empire Strikes Back. So we recreated the Dagobah swamp scene where Yoda uses the Force to raise Luke's X-Wing out of the swamp. When I heard that, I immediately offered to make the life-size cake replica of Yoda. I was so excited. Recreating characters in cake is one of my favorite things to do. And here it is, life-size Yoda. It was so fun to
Whoa,
see.
look how good that looks. You wouldn't know at first glance it was a cake. You wouldn't know. That is impressive. That is impressive. amount of detail that she puts into this stuff is crazy.
Got those big eyes and all those wrinkles. And he's green. Such an iconic character. And I got to make it in cake. And guess what? You're never gonna believe this. George Lucas saw our cake. My boy watches Buddy vs. Duff. He called Duff and thanked us for making it. George Lucas even sent Duff a bottle of Star Wars wine. And then all of us on Team Duff had a glass together.
Nice.
It was a celebration.
I want a bottle of Star Wars wine. Lucas, give me one. Right now. I want to try it. Well, actually, make a bottle of soda wine. Soda. Star Wars root beer or something. Because I don't drink wine. But, you know. Hit me up.
I will tell you what, when I first started, I had no idea that making cool cakes was going to result in such amazing experiences. I am incredibly grateful. And there you have it,
Ugh.
a cake.
That looks so good. Like, you can't really tell if that's actually Jack in the Box or not unless you watch her make it, but that looks so good. Now I want a Chick-fil-A one.
Of curly fries from Jack in the Box. I went into this cake a little worried about how the actual fries would turn out, but I love it. And I think that I got them as realistic as I possibly could.
They look so
If you had to pick
good.
which one of these menu items is a cake,
They look so good. Ugh. Honestly, I wouldn't care if all of it was a cake. I would eat it. I would eat it. But yeah, that's Sideserf Cake Studio. I'm probably going to be drooling over this for a while, so I'll see you guys later. Leave a like and subscribe because there's always room for more. Bye.